Hi there. My name is Breanna, and I am in the throes of processing my relationship with myself and my relationship with men in general. I feel sometimes when people talk on camera, it gets all weird and crampy and uncomfortable. So I'm just going to try and speak as candidly as I can without getting too robotic. um, so I'm a woman, and I have been um, through a lot. I've been through a lot in 26 years. I've developed an eating disorder called anorexia when I was 19. I've been sexually assaulted. I've been in sex work. I've been a serial monogamist. I've neglected my own needs. I've given too much. And today is the day where I try and stop the cycle in myself, and where I stop the cycle of giving and giving and giving to others and never giving to myself, or not giving nearly enough to myself. I stop the cycle and say enough is enough. And I forgive also everything that has been done to me, which isn't an easy task. I've realized that I've been projecting so much of the pain from my relationship with my father onto all of my partners, to the point where the last partner I was with, when I kissed him, I felt like I was actually kissing my father, which is the strangest thing, most uncomfortable thing ever. But that's how powerful my projection was. And so, in realizing this, and realizing that that was my own mental projection and not a real thing, I realized, wow, I'm functioning and operating from a place of pain every single time I interact with men, and that this isn't healthy. I can't interact with half the human population without feeling some discordant sexual energy and feeling my own pain and my own wounding and my own anger and my own betrayal. And I can't, when I become attracted to someone, when I'm attracted to a man, my unhealed emotional, physical body sees that trigger, that attraction as a trigger, because it's like, oh my God, you're attracted to someone? Well, this always ends badly. This has never ended well. You're going to end up giving too much of yourself. You're going to end up drained and sucked dry because you don't have very good boundaries, and you're going to end up feeling used and thrown out by this person. And you're probably going to hurt them too in some way through your unconscious behavior. So that's where I found myself, and have found myself recently. So the only logical thing to do, to me, seemed to buy a van, move out of my place with my current boyfriend, where I was repeating the exact same cycles of abuse and mistrust and neglect and craziness, move out, buy a van that I could live in for the summer as long as I needed to, my own personal space, come to the island where my family home, where no one's staying here, for a week, hunker down and see what the hell's going on in here, in my heart. And it turns out that there is a wild array, although you cannot see it, you just see my lovely breasts. And there is a wild array of armor and baggage and defense mechanisms that I thought, in the city, I thought that they were just because I was around other people, and that's why they're coming up so much. But then you spend a week alone, and you're like, hey, a lot of this stuff is still here. Guess I can't blame anybody else. Guess I can't blame anybody else that I'm feeling for whatever it is that you're feeling. When the same feelings are coming up when you're alone as when you're in a relationship, that means it's in you. And as is everything I'm learning is in me. So, what I'm seeking to do, and today being this day of commitment, I bought a rose quartz about this big, shape of a heart. I wish I had it right now. It's about this big. It cost me 50 bucks. It's a good investment. And I'm going to commit to nurturing my own physical space, my own physical being, first and foremost, to honoring myself like a sacred temple that I am, to worshiping my own physical being, to keeping my heart clean and free of anger or jealousy or mistrust, keeping it clean, keeping my mind clean from thoughts that might cause harm to other people, harm to myself, because negative thoughts are toxic to your body. Your body responds primarily to the content of your thoughts. That's why when people say, "Oh, I do massage work," and when people say, "Oh, I have such a stiff shoulder," it's like, this is because you've been thinking, you've been on a thought constantly like this, and it's causing your muscles to tighten in that one particular area, and then you're like this. It's a repetitive thought that causes the muscular tension. It's a chronic thought pattern. So I commit to having a clear mind as best I can. I commit to thinking thoughts that are positive and that fill me with happiness and allow my physical body to relax and be easeful. I commit to forgiving. This is the big one. I commit to forgiving all the harm that has been done to me in my life, and recognize that that harm was done to me because I allowed it to be done to me. Because I was vulnerable when I was younger, because I didn't have mentors. I didn't have women telling me how to respect myself, how to respect my physical body, how to nurture myself, how to love myself. I had women telling me how to be pretty to attract men, and turns out that just made me feel really insecure about myself. And then I was vulnerable, and then I put myself in situations where my sense of worth was compromised, and that manifested abuse. And so I manifested my own abuse, but really it was a lack of mentorship, a lack of guidance from elders, from women. And so I make this video also for any women out there that are seeking mentorship about how to nurture their physical space, how to seek right relationship within themselves, how to seek relationship with men that is conscious and loving and from a heart-centered place, how to feel beautiful about themselves no matter what they're wearing or what size they are or the color of their hair or if they're wearing makeup or not, how to love themselves unconditionally, how to give to themselves in ways that are nurturing, that aren't necessarily food or aren't necessarily pampering, but are just activities that nurture you, or experiences that feed your soul, because that's where we store the real juice, the nectar of who we are, when we feel connected to our purpose, when we feel connected to who we really are, when we feel joyful and grateful in our actions and know that we're feeding positivity in the world through our thoughts, that we're generating a better place to be through our actions. That's what gives us a sense of home in ourselves. And the forgiveness of my brothers, it's gonna be a long road. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be super easy, you know? But I'm a strong woman. I've done a lot of things in my life. And forgiveness feels pretty good, you know? When you forgive someone, you're like, dang, I feel good. I'm way lighter. I'm not carrying that person around on me anymore. You know? Because when we hold anger in our hearts, we're carrying that person. So when you meet someone with peace in your heart, if they come at you with anger and you meet them with peace, you don't take on their anger. But if they come at you with anger and you meet them with anger, then you are all of a sudden carrying them on your back, you see. So learning to forgive and learning to walk in peace. You know, I have a feeling it's going to feel so damn good. It's going to be a walk in the park. So here's praying. That's how it goes. Oh, jeez. Well, I guess that's all I have to say for today. I hope I can find a way to post this because this was actually really fun. This is the first time I've ever done a video like this. So, let's say thank you to all the beautiful sisters out there that might be listening. I honor your path. I'm just seeing in my mind a golden path, almost like the Wizard of Oz. All those gold bricks like that. I see a gold path that we're gonna walk on. We're all walking on together, and we're doing our best. And some of us are limping, and some of us are blind, and some of us are have wounds, have spears through our hearts, but we're all carrying each other. We're all doing this together, and we're walking on this golden path to our future, to the generations to come, back to Mother Nature, back into our own lightness, our own light hearts. Thank you so much for taking time to listen to my words. I thank all the brothers that might be listening as well, and I bless your path as you learn to become more conscious in the ways that your actions and words and thoughts affect women and affect your own body. And I pray that my brothers will find a way to heal themselves, and that we can all come together in beautiful, sacred ways in the future, as I know we will. From my heart to yours. Thank you.